There he is.
I'm normally chilling in my car like Dan is right now too. That's like find a good place with reception. You're like, dude, I'm in.
Yeah, I should be in the house, but I won't. I have to let these guys in the gate. So we got a 120-acre farm here. And
all right.
Oh yeah.
And we are live. What's up, everybody? I'd like to welcome y'all back to the Real Talk with Real Estate Investors show. I'm Trevor Young, along with my man Dan Caldwell, and we've got an awesome show in store for you guys today. Our guest today is an entrepreneur, businessman, and leader of the Lions Not Sheep movement, and his videos have been viewed over a billion times worldwide. He's a true American badass who takes no shit when it comes to defending his country and his American rights. It was only fitting that we welcome this patriot back on the show today for his second appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a world welcome to Mr. Sean Whalen. Sean, what's up, brother? How you doing today?
What's up, guys? How are you? Good to be here. Glad to be here on election night.
Dude, we are stoked to have you. You know, me and Dan were talking just a few weeks back when we were putting this together. We normally do our show on Thursday evenings. We had to back it up today for Tuesday, election night. Special Patriot edition. Dude, we had to have you on, man. This show was built around you, brother.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. What a freaking, what a wild ass time, dude. What a wild, wild time.
How exciting is this, man?
So good. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my days. You know, I think we go back to the Reagan era, you know what I mean? And we were all little chaps back then, but it's really freaking dope, dude. This is a really, really, really cool time. Not just for this election. Everybody's talking about how this is the biggest election ever. Well, last election was the biggest election ever. The election before that was the biggest election. This is just a big fucking time in our country. Like, there's a lot of shifting happening, a lot of cultural craziness happening. It's just a great, great, great fucking time to be alive.
I heard that. Now you're out there in, is it Utah? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just outside of Salt Lake City.
What's it like out there in Utah today? Folks going wild and crazy?
Yeah, it's a red state. I mean, you see the Trump flags, and every now and again you see a couple Biden flags. But I mean, this place is so red, it's ridiculous. So there's a little pocket of these guys, you know, protesting and rallying. But I mean, overall, this is MAGA country.
I heard that. That. We're out here I'm out here in Texas. Dan's out there in California, and we've got a lot going on, but I know that we share a lot of the same values, and that's exactly why we all had to come together for this show, man. So I'm pumped and rallied up. As you can see, I'm rocking my Uncle Sam cap today. So I'm ready to rock. I'm excited.
Yeah, California's ready. We're hoping we're going to be red tonight.
I called it, man. I'm with you, man, like 100%. I really do I think Cali could go red. I really do. Everybody thinks I'm absolutely fucking nuts, but like we were saying before we jumped on, like, when's the last time you saw like Trump rallies through Beverly Hills or any part of California, anywhere? Like, they're fucking everywhere. They're all over the place.
I'm telling you.
I was talking to my brother yesterday. I was telling him, I said, you know, it seems like everybody I know is voting for Trump. I can't find anybody who says, oh yeah, Biden's my choice. I can't find it. He goes, well, that's because that's the people you hang out with. He goes, that's everybody on your Facebook, because that's the only people you hang out with. Those are people, they know what they're getting when they follow you. Yeah. I said, yeah, maybe that's true. But
yeah, but how many people have you heard? I've heard a lot of people say, you know what, I didn't vote for Trump last time, but I'm voting for him this time. I haven't heard one person say, you know what, I voted for Trump in 2016. I'm not going to vote for him again. I've heard a lot of people say, I didn't the first time, I am now. So to me, it's like, how people are like, dude, how are you so confident? How are you going to call this landslide? Because I've been calling a landslide for a while. I mean, just those little teeny things that you pay attention to and hear and see, you're like, dude, there's more people out right now with freaking 90-mile, I don't even know what they're calling them, caravans now, fucking rallies, through Arizona and shit. I mean, that's crazy.
Did you see the video the other day when they surrounded his bus and, you know, just full of like 20, 30 Patriot Trump supporters going crazy? They said he had to shut down his rally or whatever he was doing, because I guess he got a little scared or something. I don't know.
Wasn't that Kamala Harris's bus or whatever leaving Texas, and there was like all those fucking pickup trucks like escorting him out of the state. That's fucking badass, dude. I love that shit.
Dude, it's just crazy. And, you know, we all know what happened last election, too, where, you know, the obvious, you know, they were saying that Trump was down, that there was no chance of him winning at all, that he was just a huge underdog. And obviously he came back and won. This time around, it's like you say, man, we see Trump supporters left and right that we didn't see last time. It sure seems like they're in for a big win tonight.
Well,
I
I mean,
don't know about
we're
you,
literally.
I want to watch you know who the Young Turks are? Have you seen
Oh,
those
yeah.
Young Turks? I just want to sit on their channel tonight.
Watch them lose their minds again, right? When
Oh
they were
my
like,
God.
Lose their minds.
that one dude, whoever the main guy is, I remember
Yeah.
last time when they're like, fuck, he got Pennsylvania? Fuck. Like, we can't win this now. We need Ohio. And then Ohio fell or whatever it was. And they're like, Jesus Christ, like, we're going to fucking lose. Just watching them melt down the entire night was just priceless.
That's
classic.
Right.
Well,
We got to watch that tonight. I'm trying to find out where I can watch that live because that's going to be the best. I know.
Well, dude, we're seeing the same
thing.
thing this year. Like, you're seeing the exact same thing. Like Hillary was up 13 points week of the election last year, or like in 2016. Right. Like the same polls going. I mean, you turn on anything, Drudge, ABC, NBC, Fox, yeah, all of them. Even Fox is like, you know, Biden's ahead 11 points, 10 points, 9 points. What's funny is like, I don't hear, there's some people that are like, oh shit, maybe he's going to lose. But most people are like, yeah, we heard that before, motherfuckers.
No
like,
doubt.
we got your game now. We heard that last time and Trump fucking beat the shit out of Clinton. I don't know if we're going to believe that. That's why, to me, as people said, you know, who's going to win like night of, you've seen anybody who's been on any social media platform in the last 2 months. You can't get on without a banner going across. Let us tell you how the elections work. You know, it might take days, weeks, even months for all the votes to be counted. Be like,
oh my God.
No, dude, it's fucking math. When he has enough electoral votes by probably 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, it's game over. Like, Biden can't fucking win. It's mathematically impossible. So it's like this programming telling everybody, oh, just wait. It's going to take days and weeks and months. It's like, when you're up over 300 freaking electoral votes, not possible, friend. So it's just, it's going to be fucking hilarious.
It in the bag. And you're right too, man. I swear I can't post anything right now without some sort of flag or some sort of vote, some sort of pop-up that comes on, you know, trying to warn me of post. I bet we're getting flagged right now. Who knows if this thing's even still live, you know?
Well, if you posted my name anywhere, I guarantee you we're getting flagged if my name's connected to it.
Oh, well, good thing I got it recorded, right? So, but I tell you what, Sean, you know, this is your second time on the show. Last time we had you on, I think it was last December, pre-bullshit. And man, I've obviously, you know, had a chance to see what your thoughts are, you know, throughout this entire year and this entire process with everything that's going on. But for the folks that are listening right now, just give us your thoughts, man. Lay it out, lay it all out on the line.
Dude, 2020 has been a brilliant year for us. I mean, my brand, Lions Not Sheep, our clothing brand's been exploding with growth. We're literally expanding our warehouse now, doubling the size of our facility. All of my businesses are doing really well, like for me personally. But I think this year's been awesome, man. It's one of the things that I like to teach, and I like to you know, kind of be the foundation of Lions Not Sheep, is to get your house in order. And it's something that I'm a big advocate of for every single family, every man, every woman. I don't care if you're married, you're single, whatever. It's like, get your house in order, your financial house in order, your emotional, your psychological, your physical, you know, because if you look at like really, really, really good fighters, and we've got some MMA blood here, they're always ready to fight. You know, Dana calls them and is like, yo, you want to fight this weekend? The real, like the ballers, they're always ready. Where the other dudes are like, oh shit, I'm fat as fuck, I need to get in shape. It's the same philosophy that I teach in life. It's like, if you're not prepared financially and all of a sudden a storm comes like COVID and your business shuts down, the whole fucking world shuts down, you're screwed. Like you're fucked, right? You get yourself out of shape and you're not there physically, and all of a sudden some asshole walks into a restaurant and wants to jack you and your family and you can't take his ass, you got a problem. It's this entire philosophy of being ready and getting yourself emotionally, psychologically, physically, and financially ready. And you know, I don't say it to brag or to boast, but I've been talking about this for years and years and years. And so when the opportunity comes, you know, now to blow my business up, I've got the resources to do it. But two, it didn't affect me. I mean, I haven't worn a mask since this entire thing started. But it's just interesting to see how few people really were prepared, right? It kind of exposed, I think, a lot of people financially, where you run out of money in a month, you got a bigger fucking problem than COVID. You know,
No
your
doubt.
discipline, your knowledge, everything that you're doing has kind of been exposed, right? The tide went out and we figured out who was wearing pants and who wasn't. So I think 2020 was brilliant for a lot of people. I think it kicked a lot of people's asses, and hopefully through that process woke them the fuck up to go, okay, maybe I'm not where I really want to be in life, or maybe this isn't the direction I need to go. Now you tap into some, you know, stronger people that have, you know, more knowledge or more resources than you, and start learning from them to build, so that if something like this was to happen again, you are prepared, you are ready. But awesome year, man. I'm extremely grateful. I got engaged. They're healthy. Both my boys are playing in championship football games this weekend. So I mean, I'm happy, man.
Man, I love to hear that. And it's exactly like you said too. Man, this year has really created opportunity. It's not created headache.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, there's been some things that have happened along the way and some unfortunate situations, but man, those have been opportunities for folks. And I know for me personally that I run a marketing agency outside of my investor business. And man, we've been busier than ever because the folks that lost their jobs got them thinking differently. Well, shit, you know, now's my chance to start that website, that e-com website. Now's my chance to start this business that I never had the time or the resources before to do it. It's created opportunity, and the folks that are taking advantage of that, man, they're really getting ahead, and it's separating the lions from the sheep, I'd say.
100%. People get really comfortable, man, and when it's good, it's good. When times are good, everybody just kind of coasts and sits back and enjoys it, and all of a sudden, bam, you get punched in the face, and it's like, oh shit, right? You know, Tyson said it best, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And you look at, and this is a pattern, right? And we've been around long enough to see some of this stuff with real estate, for instance. Real estate's always going to ebb and flow. It's always going to go up, it's always going to down, and it's always going to have a plateau, right? But if you look at really savvy real estate investors, they make money in an up market, they make money in a down market, they make money in a neutral market, right? There's always ways to make money, but if you're not ready, you're not able, you're not capable, then you're fucked. So for instance, when the market crashes, if you don't have any cash, what are you gonna do? Good luck to you, right? So that's kind of where, like, when you're in a space where the markets are doing well or things are good, instead of sitting around just counting your chips, sitting back fat and happy, like, that's when you should be like foot on the gas. So that when something does happen, you're like, gobble, 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 buy it up, buy it up, buy it up. And then, you know, as the market, you know, goes up, you crush it. But it's like this with everything, man. Like, this is no different than your body. It's no different than your relationships. It's like dudes who, you know, you end up being a total douchebag for 5, 6, 7, 8 years in your marriage, and all of a sudden your wife wants to leave, and you're like, oh, wait a second, I didn't know that was going to happen. Like, shit. Like, okay, I'll take you to Cabo for the weekend. It's like, no, motherfucker, the weekend in Cabo ain't going to fix 8 years of you being a dick. You gotta do shit every single day to invest in your relationship, to invest in your body, to invest in your business, to invest in your mind. You know what I mean? So that you're constantly leveling up. And, you know, like I said, not to beat a dead horse, but I think 2020 exposed where a lot of people really are.
And I'll tell you,
hey guys, I'm really sorry, Sean. I got contractors here at my gate. Man, it saddens me to miss this because I know it's going to be a great interview. I can already feel
We'll do it again.
And I got to get one of those hats, dude. I love that hat.
I'm on it. I'll get it. I'll get you some.
I love that. Brother, we got to talk offline soon because I think we align in a lot of ways. So I really want to talk to you.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you.
I got family out in Utah, so I'd love to come out there and catch up with you.
Let's do it, dude. Get everybody voting out there. Let's turn Cali red tonight.
Absolutely. I've been posting on my Facebook and Instagram all day.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll see you guys.
Be safe, man.
All right, brother.
Okay, see you.
Go take care of it. Well, I tell you what, man, you know how the real estate game goes. You just never know when those contractors are going to show up. I guess they were supposed to be there about 3 or 4 hours ago. Just decided to pop on in. But hey, let's kind of shift gears just a little bit and let's talk about real estate as it pertains to what's going on right now. As I'm sure you've heard, speaking of opportunity, like we spoke about earlier, from a wholesaling or a real estate investor standpoint, there's a lot of opportunity that's coming to the table. And that will continue to present itself over the next year. What's your thoughts on that?
100%. In fact, I had a buddy of mine who's in my office yesterday. Very wealthy guy. He's worth $200 million. He made a lot of money in the tech space, still makes money in the tech space. You know, they're buying up big box stuff right now, you know, because a lot of these big box companies and stores have gone under and they're consolidating and moving online. And so there's a lot of the space available, and he's going in and they're, chopping things up and turning them into flex space investments and stuff. But man, there's the one thing I've learned in being in real estate as long as I have since my early 20s is there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity. Like it doesn't matter where the market is. I think what people need to really understand, especially novice investors, new guys into the game, is you got to figure out like what your plan is. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be a deal. There's always going to be a deal. The question is like, what are you playing for right now? Are you playing short and flip? Are you going long? Are you cash heavy enough to where you can hold assets and go long, or do you need to keep moving your money? I see a lot of people coming into the game, real estate investing, like, oh dude, I'm gonna flip a bunch of properties. I'm gonna make all this money and all this other shit. But it's like, you don't really have a plan. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I really try and emphasize to my clients, the guys that I coach in real estate, is like, where do you want to be? Like, what's your purpose in buying this asset, right? When I was doing big deals between 2007 to 2013, we were buying REO all over the country. We bought and sold almost 4,000 properties in 12 different states, just because we were in a space where we wanted all of those little deals. We were in the business of taking, haircuts on small deals. So we buy it, we do a quick rehab, and we'd flip it to somebody else, make 60, 70, 80% on our money, which is fucking ridiculous return. But that was what was there, and that's what we wanted. But my point in saying that is that I had apartment complexes, I had commercial buildings, I had hotels come across my desk, and I passed on all of them because I was like, this is my box. Like, this is what I'm good at. This is where I want to turn my money. This is where I want to be. And, it's really easy to get distracted in real estate where, oh shit, there's the shiny penny syndrome, right? Oh, here's one. Well, here's one. Well, here's one. Well, I can make a bundle of money on this, a bundle of money on that. And you're never really kind of dialed into that one asset class or, where your goals are 12, 24, 36 months down the road. So I think that there's opportunity now. There's going to be opportunity in the next couple of years. There's going to be opportunities till the day I fucking die. So
that's right. That's right. Especially for those that capitalize on them. I'll tell you though, speaking of preparing for an opportunity, and I know that me and my partner have kind of geared up for this real estate moment, if you will. The unfortunate side of it is that a lot of people took out some forbearances earlier this year. That I think that they thought that, there wasn't going to be a balloon payment that popped up in 6 months or 12 months. They thought that stuff was rolling to the end of the notes. In a lot of cases, that is true. In a lot of cases, the unfortunate side of it is that it's not. And I'll tell you, as for me and my partner, we're looking at being about 4 to 5 times as busy. We already are. We were speaking, we had Armando Montalongo. Are you familiar with him? Flipper.
I know him very well.
Yes, sir. Very well. We had him on a couple of weeks ago. I guess that they're gearing up to do about 1,000 homes over the next 12 months. And so, man, I tell you, for the folks that are really, really ready to take action, there's an opportunity here. There, like you said, there always is. There always will be. But, you got to really capitalize on those moments that come through too, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I got into some different investments this year. I got into 2 different restaurants, and got some partners that have been in the space for a while and doing very, very well. And I started looking at it like, dollar for dollar, where can I put, $200,000 or $300,000 or whatever it is I can put into a rental or over here. And so I've started diversifying a little bit, which has been really fun. But yeah, man, I mean, pick your poison, decide where you want to put your money, decide what your goals are. I try and tell people this as much as possible, but like, don't lose sight of like today. You know what I mean? We get so hung up over long-term and this deal and that deal and my retirement and all this other bullshit. It's like, you see a lot of dudes that plan for this 30, 40-year retirement deal and they end up dying in 2. They get hit by a fucking truck. And those 2 years, they didn't see their kids. They didn't coach the games. They didn't do anything. So it's like, it's all relative. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of like that whole, where are you going with your life? But real estate's easy, man. It's not hard. Look, break it down to the simplest reality that it's not hard to make money. Okay. And so that might offend some people. Some people are like, well, fuck you. There's people making millions of dollars selling pool noodles. You know what I'm saying? There are people right now making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day selling dildos online. So
right.
if you can make money selling a rubber penis, you can make money pretty much anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it takes a little bit of investment in here, a little bit of focus, not watching as many Game of Thrones reruns as you would otherwise want to, maybe educating yourself. But dude, there's people making millions of dollars selling dicks. So what does that tell you?
And it just goes to show you too, man. I know I saw you say this months ago, but somebody was talking shit about, that, I'm just broke. I have no way to make money. I have no resources and all this stuff. It's like, dude, do you have access to the internet? Do you have a phone? Okay. First off, there's 1,000 opportunities right there, but I'll give you one.
Sure.
Why don't you go to Craigslist, click on the free section, go pick that shit up and then sell it. Do some arbitrage. Boom, right there. You've got some opportunity. Take that money, flip it,
Yeah.
Climb up.
I've had people say that all the time, and they don't expect. I mean, look, a victim is a victim, right? The victim mentality is a victim mentality. Typically, people that have them are always going to be stuck in them. But you literally, if you're watching this right now and you don't have a pot to piss in, right? You got nothing. Let's just say you literally have $0 fucking dollars, but you're listening to this on your fucking iPhone. Like, you could go to your neighbor's house. You can go down the street. You can go to any neighborhood in your city and knock on people's doors and say, listen, I'm helping people clear out their garages and I'm taking all your shit for free. I'm literally going to take it to the dump for you for free. Mm-hmm. If you come to my house and say that, I'd be like, yo, come back tomorrow. I'm going to leave everything out on the driveway. And you stop and think about that. It costs you a little bit of your time, right? You can go trade your time for $10 an hour at McDonald's or whatever the fuck they pay. But you go door to door and you knock on people's doors and say, look, I'll take your shit to the dump for free. And you pull up your little jalopy pickup truck or your car or whatever you got, fucking wheelbarrow, pick that shit up. And you can literally take your cell phone and go to Facebook and go to the classified section and list things for free. At no point in time has this cost you anything other than your $29 a month cricket bill. You know what I'm saying?
And
Take a picture of the fucking... Take a picture of the Wizmo, the Gizmo, the lawnmower, the this. There's a market for everything, man. There's literally a market for everything. There's people that make millions and millions and millions of dollars selling trash. I've got a good friend of mine. His father has literally become independently wealthy selling dirt. He brokers dirt. So a dude goes and excavates for a building. He brokers that dirt to someone who needs fill dirt. So like the excuses of, oh, dude, there's no market. There's nowhere to make any money. There's no da-da-da-da-da. I mean, I'm building an apparel company. There's a lot of people that have built apparel companies before me that have made a lot of money, yet we're making a lot of money too. So you can make an excuse or you can get off your ass and go do something. But I literally just explained to you how you can have $0 fucking dollars, $0, and have an inventory that you can sell online for free. Some motherfucker will bring cash and come pick up you move it from his driveway to your driveway, put it on Facebook classifieds, put it on Craigslist, whatever. Some dude comes and hands you a $20 bill, $40 or $50, whatever. You really don't have any excuse other than excuse.
No doubt. And man, you just said it all, man. You can make money off of anything. I mean, how much bottled water gets drank every year? Did you ever think as a kid, drinking out of the tap water or out of the hose, that people would be selling that stuff? Yeah. What? It's like, how did we fall for this trick? Bottled water, it's right there. But it just goes to show you, man, you can make money off of anything. And I'll tell you what, man, kind of back to seizing the moment and taking advantage of every single day. Tell us a little bit about, man, I was following you online. I seen that you were in a relationship one day. You went to Facebook jail, popped back up, and I seen that you were engaged. Tell us about the lucky lady.
Yeah, man, I got divorced 9 years ago, about 9 years ago, give or take. So I was in a relationship after that for about 7 years, and that ended the beginning of last year. And long story short, I really went to work on myself and got my mind right and got my priorities straight with regards to relationships and what I was really looking for and what type of. One of the things that I like to talk about and share with my clients is a phrase that who do I have to become, right? And it's a philosophy that I live by. Like, if you want to go, drive a $400,000 Rolls Royce, mathematically speaking, it's easy to buy that, right? It's 400 grand, pay this much down, get a loan. Same thing. You want to buy $100 million house. It's not hard to buy $100 million house. It's just math. The real question is, who do I have to become to live in a $100 million house? Because the dude that lives in a $100 million house, he ain't the same dude that lives in a $100,000 condo. The dude that drives a $400,000 Rolls Royce, he ain't the same dude that's driving a $20,000 Honda Civic. Right. You can try and disagree with me all you want, but I'm telling you right now, like, you sit down with those two men, women, whoever, they're fundamentally different. They're different in their desires and their drive and their thought process. Their morning rituals are probably different. Their evening rituals are probably different. What they eat, how they sleep, you know, so on and so forth. And so, you know, something that I tried on at the beginning of last year is like, who do I have to become to have the queen that I want to have, to be able to build the empire that I want to have? And it's the idea of being young and single and having a couple nickels to rub together. It sounds really cool and it's fun for a second, but you know, I love my family. I love family, period. And I started dating a really cool chick, and she and I vibed, and I'm like, you know, let's do this. Let's build something big. And so, yeah, I got engaged while I was in Facebook jail. So,
man, and that's one of the things I really appreciate about you too, man, is that obviously you're an awesome businessman. You know, you've made a bunch of money, but you always take time to you know, to go on dates with your lady, you know, to spend time with the kids. I see you out there four-wheeling, doing all this stuff. For the folks that are listening, you know, that are wanting to make millions and to have the lifestyle that they want, how do they go about doing that while you know, having a family, man? How do they do it right?
Well, I share this frequently with people. If you go and read the biographies of moguls that have come before us, right? The Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Steve Jobs, right? You go read these guys' books and you read about these legacies that they built, these empires that they built, the billions that they amassed. I found something really interesting. Every single one of them said the same thing at the end of their book. They all said, like, if I could go back and do it all over again. I mean, Steve Jobs was worth what, $7, $8, $9 billion when he died. Apple's worth hundreds of billions of dollars. They all say, if I could go back and do it all over again, I would have spent more time doing the things that I wanted to do, and I would have spent more time with my family. Like, without exception. I don't know one billionaire mogul, he's like, fuck, man, I work 20-hour days. I wish I'd have worked 24-hour days. I've never met anybody who is wildly successful, and whatever you determine that as, whether that's private jet money, yacht money, you know, buying countries money, I don't fucking know. But I've never met anybody who's really, really, really successful that says, I wish I would have worked more. I wish I would have done more. All of them say, if I could go back. And so, you know, when I burned kind of my whole world down and had my midlife crisis at 31, when I left my business and my marriage and got really fucking depressed and the whole thing, like I started paying attention to that. And I was like, they're basically saying, if I could go back and trade places with you, Sean, you're 41, I was 85, right? Here's what I would do. Now, I consider myself a smart fella, right? Maybe people call me dumb. You know, you vote for Trump, you're an idiot. You got to be a moron if you're voting for Trump, but I consider myself a smart guy. So
sure,
I have taken those words like to the bank. And I'm like, look, I can run the same racket everybody else runs and try and swing dicks on Instagram and be like, look at my car, look at my jet, look at my shit and your shit. Who's got bigger shit? Who's got more shit? Look, I worked 20 hours today. Oh, you work 22? I'm gonna work 23 tomorrow. That's not the game that I want to play.
No doubt.
I realized that at some point in time, I'm going to be that old sack of shit laying on my deathbed. And I don't want to be the dude that goes, fuck, man, I built an empire, but I don't even know who these humans are standing next to my bed that I call my children. And so I just decided a couple of years ago, like, that's my reality. And so one of the things that I'm kind of known for with my coaching, I have a lot of, I do a lot of one-on-one coaching. I do a lot of group coaching as well. But one of the things that I help guys understand is we've been programmed to build business, right? To be these entrepreneurs, to be these savages in the business world. And then we squeeze our family into it. We squeeze our life into it. We squeeze our passion into it. And I ran that racket and I made millions of dollars and I had 171 employees and I was burning the candle at both ends until I burned myself out. Mm-hmm. And so I re-engineered it and I was like, well, what kind of life do I want to live? Like, what, like legitimately, what's my lifestyle? Like, for instance, I love racing off-road. I raced the Baja 1000 with my son. I've raced the Baja 500. I race all the best in the desert races. Like, I want to be able to have fun. I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want. I want to ride horses with my daughter. So if this is my lifestyle and this is how much my lifestyle is going to cost. What kind of business do I have to build? Or how do I build my business around that life versus building my business and then trying to find a way to squeeze my life in there? I get asked all the time, Sean, you're so busy. You're running, restaurants and multiple companies and Lions Not Sheep and Lions Not Sheep Apparel and coaching and consulting. And you got a tech company, also stuff. Like, how do you find time to play with your kids and do all this other shit? It's like, that's not the game that I'm playing, man. When I'm hanging out with my kids, like, my business is secondary. Everything is secondary to that experience. But that's something that I very, very, very firmly believe is I'm going to be that old dude one day. And I'm smart enough now to realize that, God willing, I make it to 80 years old. I don't want to be the dude that's looking back going, shit, man, I should have. I want to be the dude that's laying on his deathbed going, that was fucking wild as shit, right, kids? And my kids are like, Dad, you remember that one time we did the thing? And then you remember that one time? You remember that one time? And then I could check out knowing I put all my cards on the table. I played the game that I wanted to play. And that's something that's very, very, very important to me. But it is very, very possible to make a lot of money and live a great fucking life. And what I challenge people to look at is like, if I can do it and other people can do it, then you can do it. The question is, what set of rules are you playing by? Are you playing by your set of rules? Because I play by my own set of rules. People think, are you still there? Sorry about that. People think that somehow in order for you to make millions of dollars, you have to sacrifice your personal life. You got to sacrifice your body and your health. I completely disagree. Like, I invest with the same intensity and energy into my relationships as I do my business. I invest in my body the same way I do my business. I invest in my business the same way that I do my mind. And so when you can shift everything around and realize that the business is just a tool, that's all it is. Mm-hmm. It's no different than the body. It's no different than the mind. Like, I get more done in a 1 or a 2 hour day than most people do in 10. Because I'm so fucking clear and deliberate in what I'm trying to accomplish to get me to my goal. It's the same. You ever been to the gym and you see dudes walking in with a towel over their shoulder like, fuck, man, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And 2 hours later, they're just sitting there jerking each other off and they haven't even broken a sweat. I go into the gym and I smash a 45-minute workout and I'm like, done. You know what I'm saying? Just absolutely crush it, because when I go in, I know exactly what I'm doing to a T. Like, tomorrow night is date night with my woman. It's already planned. It's already scheduled. It's already blocked out. Like, I don't give a fuck about the election. I don't give a fuck if the Russians come and everybody blows the whole. I don't give a fuck. Tomorrow night's date night. Mm-hmm. I know it. She knows it. It's blocked off in the books. And that's the reason I have the relationship that I do, and the business that I do, and the body that I do, and the mindset that I do.
And I think that's huge what you just said too. And for the folks that are listening, man, I live and die by the calendar. You know what I mean? And it wasn't always that way. I used to have a focus problem and an accountability problem, and when I started putting it on the calendar, it became real. And when I had it there, it was non-optional. And I think that, for the folks that are listening that sometimes find themselves running in circles and are wondering why they can't get to that next level, it's because they're not focused. And the calendar really helps with that.
Well, I mean, I used to be the business owner, had the corner office, I had all the employees, and like, people would come up and they'd knock on the door. Hey man, you got a minute? I'm like, yeah, bro, come on in. 25 employees do that in a day. When they spend 15 minutes in your office, you do the math. I'd come home and I had a 15-hour day. I'm like, fuck, man, now I'm spent. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It's like, what did you get done? Well, I made a couple phone calls on a deal in a fucking 15-hour day. No, you spent 14 and a half hours doing random ass bullshit that didn't get you further down the road. And so then you got stressed and you tried to push it to tomorrow, and then push it to tomorrow, and you push it to tomorrow. And eventually you're not getting anything done. Well, now my deal is completely different. When I sit down and I do handle business and I make my shit, doing what I'm doing, I don't care if Jesus shows up on the doorstep. He's got to wait until like 3 o'clock when I'm done. That's how I treat my mornings. Like, that's how my morning rituals are. Like, by the time when I wake up at 6 a.m. until 9 a.m., those 3 hours are mine. Literally, like, I don't care if Jesus shows up on my doorstep. It's like, yo, we got to talk. I'm like, this is my time until 9. Like, that's how committed I am to that, and how ruthlessly connected I am to that, because I know that if I wake up in the morning, slam my coffee, and just jump on social media, start responding to emails, I start my day in chaos, and then I lose the whole fucking game.
You will too. Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times that I've done that. And you start out with a negative mindset and you're just
Yep.
pissed off at the day. You read that first email, it's just ruined your day. That's the biggest problem
Right.
ever. Well, damn. Now, how do you
Well,
take on the rest of the
now
day?
flip the script. Imagine getting up, having clarity, knowing I don't fuck with my phone until like I'm done with the gym. I get up, I play with my dogs, I have my coffee, I go stand out on the deck, I enjoy the freaking, the sun coming up, whatever. I go to the gym, I smash my workout. I've read, I've studied, I've listened to my podcast all before 9 a.m. My mindset is in like kill mode. I'm like turned on. I'm super fucking clear. I got any kind of shit that I need to get out. And like, I'm in like laser focused go mode where most people never actually get there. That's why I say I get more done in 1 to 2 hours than most people do in 10, because I am dialed in, laser on when I'm sitting down to work, business meetings, this, where most people are like trying to handle shit at home, handle shit with kids, handle shit with the employees, handle shit with the assistant.
And no shit's getting handled.
Nothing's getting done. You're just spinning your wheels and you're the one that's getting burned out.
That's right, man.
Been there, done that.
Well, shoot, man. I don't want to hold you up for too long, man. I know we got an exciting night ahead of us tonight. Tell us a little bit about what your night's going to look like, and what you've got prepared.
Dude, I'm going to literally leave. I'm in my warehouse right now. We just installed a whole new warehouse racking system and fulfillment center here for our brand. I'm going to go home and have barbecue and eat some steak and probably turn on the TV and hang out with my girl. And she's moving in right now, so we're redecorating, remodeling my whole house. So I'm sure she'll have some shit that she needs moved. She needs me to move her shoes from over here to over here, her fucking thing from over, which, dude, I love. She's made my bachelor pad a beautiful home for us, which I'm very, very grateful for. But I'm gonna be home chilling tonight, man. I'll be watching like everybody else is watching, and I'll be smoking a good Cuban cigar after Donald Trump has announced victor.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Well, I'm excited, man. Is there anything that you'd like to leave, a message with our audience or anything like that you'd like to share with them?
Just keep being you, man. Keep doing you. Get really, like, this election, this COVID bullshit, the scamdemic. There's a lot of distractions. I posted on my Facebook this morning, like, look, man, like this, a lot of people, 2020 is not my year. We said that about 2019 and 2018 and 2017 and 2016 too. So it's like, at some point in time, you got to put your big boy pants on or your big girl pants on and say, you know what? I'm not where I want to be financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, not because of because of a fucking cold, or I just haven't gotten it done. And so something that I think is very, very, very important through this year that I think a lot of people have seen is it's time to take over your own house, man. And what I mean by your house is get your house right. Like, stop going every place that everybody tells you to go and get mad about this and pissed off about that and riot about this and burn this shit down. It's like, it's fucking crazy. It's going back to the old Bible, right? People are tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. And I think what's really interesting is we're living in a day and age when we have more access to technology, more podcasts, more shows, more shit, more people, more friends, more connection, more social media. Like, people that really have not stopped and just said, all right, who the fuck am I? Like, where do I stand? Like, what am I all about? What do I believe? Like, what's my morality? Where am I going with my life? And I think it's, if I could leave anything with people, it's time to get your house in order.
That's right, man. Well, I sure appreciate you, brothers. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you.
Go Trump. Let's go.
Go Trump. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
We'll see you. Take care. Have a good one.